Hey, I'm Monet Capri and you're watching Faithful and Stylish TV. I just wanted to take a moment from telling, the different sections of my testimony to talk about what I feel like I should have done and what it has caused to happen in my life, what it has caused to happen in my journey, and how some things could have been avoided if I would have done this, And I don't want to paint the picture that I was without blame, because we have to realize that when we're going through things, it could very well be because of consequences to our actions. And while we have no control over our journey, but what we endure is 9 times out of 10 because of actions that we made. So I just wanted to take time away from telling my testimony and just show that we're all human. We all make mistakes, and how to overcome them, and how to deal with your consequences while you're on your journey, and how not to get that confused with what God has allowed to happen in order to grow your faith and make you stronger. They are not to be confused, and it's a major part of my journey, because a lot of times we embark, on stepping out on faith, and we think that it's going to be all peachy keen and that no matter what we do, we're going to be protected and X, Y, and Z. So I just wanted to be super transparent and really let you guys know, the full story, so that it will help you, because no one's perfect and you have to recover from your imperfections. You got to keep going with the show. You can't stop. You can't let that discourage you from moving on. You just got to deal with what you got to deal with and go forth in what you know that you're supposed to be doing, and how not to allow yourself to hold you back, or not to beat yourself up over what you know that you should have done. I just want to show you how I overcame my own, issues. Even in your wrongdoings or your consequences, God has your back. And if you are motivated to make it to where you need to be, He will use that very thing to propel you. So I feel like it's a major important factor in my testimony, and I need to share it, and I shouldn't be ashamed of this part of my testimony, because it helped me get to where I am. So let's dive in to what I feel like I could have done to help me. One major thing, probably the only thing I wish I would have done before moving to California, was prepare more financially. I 100% believe I came at my appointed time, but I also 100% believe that I did not fully prepare myself for the move. I want to hold myself accountable and be transparent, because I do not want others to make the same mistakes. But before I go in, I want to make something crystal clear. Everything that I endured was meant to happen. I strongly believe that. And I have a strong peace that everything that happened was not a result of my lack of planning. I think that it was very necessary for me to go through everything that came my way to help me get to the next place in life, faith to faith. God is sovereign. If He doesn't want something to happen, it won't. We are not powerful enough to alter God's plan. But, what I went through while going through was a result of my lack of preparation. For example, while finding a job, if I was prepared more financially, I wouldn't have worried or stressed as much as I did. I would have been able to fully enjoy and explore this new city. Instead, that excitement was drowned out by the fact that my savings account was depleting and I still had no job. 3 months of complete stress because of my actions. But prepared or not, God's plan was for me to get hired 3 months after moving, but not for me to be stressed over that period of time. You see what I'm saying? Just because you are going through a tough time doesn't mean you need to give up or throw in the towel. And it doesn't mean you're not on track. We have to go through trying times in order to grow our faith and get to the next level. But 9 times out of 10, that added stress and worry is caused by our actions and our actions alone. I had so much added stress that could have been avoided had I prepared more.
It also caused strains in relationships in my life. Being unprepared can cause you to lose people. That's why the only thing that I would change is my lack of preparation. But let me tell you how good God is. He causes everything to work out for your good. Everything includes our wrongdoings, our mistakes, mess ups, everything. So because I wasn't prepared and I knew that, God allowed me to grow closer to Him, to grow my faith in a way that still blows my mind. He blessed me with a wonderful, patient, so patient friend who opened her doors for me until I was able to get on my feet. And He blessed me with close friends and family to support me. I never missed a meal, never missed a meal, and ate the finest things, okay? God was just so good to me and showed so much favor, which validated me and made me 100% sure and secure in my move to California. So learn from my mistakes and know the difference between going through tough times because of something that you've done and going through because that's the only way out. They're two separate things. Stay ready so that you don't have to get ready. When God is ready to move, you must be ready to move as well. If I would have stayed ready financially, I would have had a lot more peace. Please, please, please use my story as an example. Whatever you need to do, whether it has to do with finances, your mentality, career or business, relationships, family, commitments, do it. There is no time to waste. Take time to evaluate everything that you need to be prepared for, and ask God for wisdom and guidance. Be prepared when God says go. And I so wasn't ready in that aspect. So I just want my testimony and this portion of my testimony to be an example for when you're stepping out on faith. You know, I made the mistake of thinking that when God says go, go, which is correct, but I thought also that He was going to provide for where I lacked. But before I left, and the months before I left, God had been telling me through people and spending time with Him that I needed to save, but I wasn't listening. I'm thinking God wants me to move here. He's going to provide. I don't have to do anything. It's just going to fall in my lap. And that was so immature of me. That was so naive of me to think that I had to do nothing, that all I have to do was arrive. And I don't want you to make that mistake when stepping out on faith. You need to be prepared. You need to listen. You need to give God something to work with. You're going to have to deal with a lot more stress and lack of peace than you thought, It's going to be a trying time stepping out on faith because it's growing your faith. It's uncomfortable. But when we add on that stress of worry because of something that we didn't do, that's when it makes it hard. That's when it makes it tough and you want to just give up. But you can't. These are your consequences. You got to deal with it. You got to keep moving, and you got to know that what God says will still happen. You just got to push a little bit harder. So don't make the journey harder for you. Do not make it harder. Listen to God. Listen to the people around you. Listen to your loved ones who have your best interests at heart. They know what they're talking about. God speaks through people. Take that criticism and make those changes and do what you got to do. Do not make this journey harder. We're already going to be being stretched in our faith, with just our journey. Do not add on that extra stress of worrying about what you need to get done and how you're not prepared for it. Do not add that. It took me some time to realize if I really wanted to share this part of my testimony, if I wanted to be transparent, but I just knew that it was something that I had to do. I had to share this part. I had to hold myself accountable. I just hope that in this transparency that it helps someone else and that you really, really understand what it means to step out on faith and how you really need to be prepared in ways that you wouldn't even think of. We can't put all the responsibility on God. We have to give Him something to work with. We can't just move. We gotta prepare ourselves. God does things in order. So if He told you to do something, you better do it, and you better not think that you're gonna, step out on faith without handling what you need to handle, because while you're going through, you're gonna be going through that same thing that you tried to put off. He dealt with me in that area. He dealt with me in with my finances and taught me how to save on the spot and everything. Like, you're gonna have to go through what you didn't handle. And I've learned so much. He gave me a crash course, but I made it through. And you can't use that added stress as a way of thinking that what you're doing is wrong. And you gotta be 1,000 times more confident in yourself, because it's gonna really look like you're not, you know, on the right path. But he told me to do it, so I did it. I made it through because I knew that here was where I was supposed to be, and I had to just push through, you know, what I caused to happen, along with what God was allowing to happen in order to grow my faith. It's way, way, way important. So that is what I wish I would have done before moving to California. And I really hope and pray that it touches someone and that you've learned something from it, that you are always prepared for when God is ready to move. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Is there anything I'm missing? Because it's like, this is a perfect lighting.